back to my channel. Today's video is going to be very different. Today's video is going to be about my 3-day trip to Portugal. So yeah, let's get right into it. So we left the house at about 4 a.m. and I actually didn't fully film our car ride because it was so dark. But anyways, our first stop wasn't really Portugal. It was this place near Portugal. It was what am I talking about? We went on this safari ride sort of thing where we went in a bus and you could see all the animals from your window, and we had a tour guide who was explaining everything, and it was really cool. We saw a bunch of different animals like deers, eagles, flamingos, ducks, and kind of basic animals, to be honest. And we saw a lot of deers. When I mean a lot, we a lot, but it was really pretty. We saw the sunrise and it was just really cool. So we stopped at this place where we could get down and look around, I guess. And there was a telescope, and through the telescope you could see an eagle, which was very rare because you could the tour guide said that you could only see it 3 times a year, and it was kind of a special moment. And this is me trying to show you the eagle through the telescope, but obviously failing. We then stopped by at this coffee shop, and inside the coffee shop there was this really cool display of feathers and bones of birds and other animals, and it was really cool to see. Once we got back on the bus, we saw these little white thingies, which the tour guide said were cranes. You can't really see them; they were really far away, so I had to kind of zoom in. By the way, these are horses, and this is what the inside of the bus looks like. There were a bunch of other people as well, photographers, and actually French people were there as well. Here's a close-up of the cranes, and here's some deers running by, and we also saw an eagle, and here it is flying away. Once we got off the bus, we then started our trip to Portugal, which was a few hours. Well, not few, a lot. And this is a strawberry garden, and this is orange trees, and we also saw some lemon trees as well. And I took that at a really weird angle, so sorry about that. So this is us crossing the Lisbon harbor, I think. We're not completely sure yet, and we saw the sunset and it was beautiful. Look how beautiful it looks. We reached there at about nighttime. As you can see, it's pretty dark, and we made it to our apartment. This is what the room that me and my friends chose looks like, and that's it for day 1. See y'all in day 2. So on the second day of our trip, we spent the whole day at this palace thing. It's called the Sintra Palace. And then after that, we went to this castle. Well, actually, before the castle, we went to this garden, but you'll see that later. And it was about, I think, a 45-minute drive, or probably half an hour. I don't exactly remember, but it was not too long and not too short of a drive. So to get to the palace, you had to go through this like hill. You had to like drive up a hill, and not gonna lie, this gives me so many Disney vibes, and it just felt like being in a legit Disney movie. We had to go on this bus to go up to the palace, and it really wasn't that long of a drive. It was like about 10 minutes, I think. So when we got to the palace, this is what it looked like. It was absolutely amazing. We got on all of like the little towers, well, at least almost of the towers, and it was just so cool to see like the view of Lisbon from so many different perspectives, since all of the towers are different heights. It was just really cool to see. So in this room, there were a bunch of pictures about how the Portuguese lived, I guess, and about some of the important people of, like, some of the important Portuguese people, and how they lived and how their houses looked like and how they dressed, and it was all really, really interesting to look at. Here's some more footage of me showing you guys the view from all the towers and stuff. So guys, what we basically did was we just went around that thing. And yeah, I think it was either that thing or that thing. I don't really know. Oh no, wait, it was that thing. By the way, this was the castle that I was talking about earlier. We are going to be going there next, so stay tuned. In this room, we saw a bunch of mosaics. I think that's what these things are called, of I think the olden Portuguese kings and queens. And yeah, it was really pretty. The room was really pretty. And also we saw this little like exhibition, I guess, of Jesus on the like cross thingy. I then got some coffee and a muffin, and then we saw this little like display of what the Portuguese, like the cutlery and like pots and pans of what the Portuguese used back in the day. So yeah, in that room I wasn't allowed to record anything, and it wasn't like anything important. It was just like a souvenir shop, so yeah, you didn't really miss anything. We then went to the garden that I was talking about before, and this was probably my most favorite place out of the whole trip, like to go to, like the one that, like, out of all the places that we went, this is probably my most favorite. It gave a lot of Moana vibes, and I just loved it so much. It was so pretty. So supposedly this lake is the main purpose of this garden. Yeah, that dirty green water from the lake, believe it or not. Yeah, we didn't really explore that area much. We just kind of stayed up on the top. Oh, and there's the palace that we just went to. So on our way to the castle that I was talking about earlier, we saw one of these tuk-tuks and we thought to take those and like go to the castle, but they didn't allow children on board. So yeah, we didn't go on it. So here's us climbing up the castle. Not gonna lie, this probably took around an hour or two. Nature. So from the first tower of the castle, here's the view. So yeah, this is how far we've walked. So we finally reached the top of the castle. Here's how it looks inside. While we were at the top, we saw this other castle, but we didn't go there. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. These steps are like, I don't know, they're not very even. And they're very scary to walk on. Oh my gosh. So on our way back to the parking lot, we were just way too tired to walk back up the hill to our cars, so we just got a van instead. And yeah, next we went to a restaurant and had kind of lunch and dinner together, and after that we just went home. Oh, and I forgot to say that we also went on a tram as well. If you don't know what that is, here's what it looks like. And on a tram, you don't have to get off at a specific place. You can get off whenever you like. So we probably went on there for an hour. We went on a full circle, from where we started, and then we went all around the city, and then we came back to where we started, and it was so cool and so much fun. What the heck? So once we came back home to our apartment, I just fell asleep, and then day 3 came. So the next morning, we had to pack our bags and leave the apartment, and this was probably the saddest day because I just really, really miss Portugal. It was so beautiful, and I'm really happy that I got to go there. And we just went to see this really famous building, and to be honest, it was kind of boring, but I did kind of some fun stuff there. I went on an electric scooter for the very first time, and that was such a fun experience. Ew, that's disgusting. Where's the others? Here's another one. I think that's one. There's a bigger one over here. Ew. Ew. We got some pina coladas, which was amazing. I wish I could go back in time and have it again. It was really, really, really good. We went souvenir shopping as well. We just got some handbags, and they had lots of really nice designs as well. we then got dinner, and yeah, that's pretty much all we did. Then we just got home at about like 3 a.m. I think. And yeah, that's all for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.